And the leaders of the world grew greedier and greedier and implemented a structure of laws that slowly allowed society to falleth into a downward spiral of poverty. The leaders encouraged society to stay unemployed and accept gift offerings of currency from the governing factor. Inevitably, the sloth and laziness of society fostered the public to becometh completely controlled by the governing factor. Just as the public groweth more and more dependent upon the gifts of currency from the governing factor then beginneth to reverse the structured laws requiring the citizens of society to labor extensively in order to collect what the governing factor considered currency gifts. Ye who labored not for the governing factor beginneth to collect less and less every collection period, until ye beeth unable to collect anything. The governing factor then beginneth to raise the cost of common goods, so that the people who produceth not such labor would then begin to starve and die. The wealthy began to beeth taxed beyond a reasonable amount, and beeth forced to pay the governing factor 60, 70, upward to 90%, not only on income but personal property as well. The wealthier of society beginneth to leave the territory, so that thou may keepeth thy wealth. Businesses beginneth to close, and the citizens who worked for private businesses beeth now unemployed and forced to labor for the governing factor. The governing factor then beginneth restricting the wealthy from taking thy wealth out of the territory, and anyone who beeth identified leaving the territory would haveth all of thy wealth confiscated from thee. The new regime which controlled the capital of the world becameth the new autocracy, and beeth clearly transforming the territory which beeth a capitalist republic into a hyper-communist despotism, blatantly enslaving the citizens of such territory and stealing wealth from the wealthy who honestly worked to acquire such fortune. The poor suffered under deeper poverty, starvation, and disease.